Here you can see Troy is just going feet in, puck out. Out here, Troy's a AAA midget player, and some of the other kids are playing in the initiation program. So, and they basically, we do it all together with them. You can see here just different variations that you can use. All really good hand-eye coordinations. And you'll notice a big difference in games when players do this over and over and over again, the confidence they have in the games. Here we're just going to turn a lot of the skills the kids learned. We've done attack triangles and toe drags and things, and here we're just going to play a cross ice game. Two players are the goal posts, and the other two go one-on-one. Play for about 30 seconds. On the whistle, the two people who were the goal posts come out and play one-on-one, and the other two go back and become the goalies. So, you've taught the skill, you've taught the skating, and now you're putting it in more of a game-like situation. Here, we're going to do another skating progression. Just longitudinally and tight turns. Okay, so we're just going to watch and correct anything we can as coaches. And at the Breakfast Club, we try to do that. We don't overcoach, but we just try to point things out. Just make it a little more difficult with the puck. You can see here how Sutton really handles the puck well, really protects the puck well. Again, what we have here is three different age levels, but really, when you're doing skill drills like this, I think it's beneficial to all of them, and all of them can do it. I don't think you underestimate your young guys, and you don't overestimate for the older kids. That just the more they do of this, the better players they'll be. Here, just transition skating, toes up ice. Again, we've done about three different skills here, and we haven't had to move the pylons at all. And adding the puck and on the transition just makes it a little more difficult. And they're going to make little mistakes like that, but that's how you get better. You can see here also, you're not really teaching it directly, but the toe drags and the little skills with the hands that are important. So we've skated through, we've handled the puck through, and now just adding the coach, passing and receiving while you're in motion, while you're transition skating. Again, if you're going to do it as a conditioning drill as a coach, then you can just time it so the reps are about 30 seconds apart, 40 seconds apart, so you get a good conditioning drill and also a good drill where you're teaching the fundamentals. Next drill is just kind of working on the toe drag again, and here it's just the long drag where, obviously you can use against a defenseman coming in at the blue line. And again, we've got just different age players here, but all are pretty proficient at it. That's pretty good for 7 years old. You can see him go again here. This drill we try to combine skating, and the rule is you just come up the boards, and the only way you can attack the zone is by going through the gates. There's 3 gates, and it's great for the defender because they're moving, they're reading, they're transition skating. The forward has to change directions, read where the defenseman is, try to attack in the zone. This is the Stenlund Special. And then it just turns into a one-on-one. This drill is just a mirror drill where the players have to time themselves. Great drill for transition skating, puck control. Going to go in both directions here. Again, it's the type of drill, if you've got 10, 15, 20 kids on the ice, you can just find a circle each and get them going at it. But it's little skill drills like this that in the long run make a big difference. Here we've just added a twist to it where you're incorporating a tight turn, and the player on the opposite side has to read what you're doing, support the puck, mirror it. Do it both forehand and backhand. Same drill, and just kind of doing one-touch passing. Again, you've got one drill that you can do so many things off of. Here, just it's very similar to the attack triangle. Just doing the toe drag. Then you can combine it with the toe drag, the attack triangle. It's often good just to review these and combine these. And later on in our sessions, we just talk about how they can choose those. So, and here we're doing the same toe drag. We're doing it against a defender, just a passive defender, so they get confidence. They put it out to the side, bring it back, switch sides, and come back. And if you can do this and give them confidence before you get into the game-like situations, it's better. Here we're just kind of working on some of the things we've done. We're doing a transition skate, attack triangle, toe drag, and a shot. And as coaches, a lot of times you can combine these. You don't have to do them in isolation. Just think of what drills you want to do. So we've got the transition skate, we've got the attack triangle, we've got the toe drag. If you've got a lot of kids on the ice, you can certainly do it out of both corners. Just keep them moving. And a lot of times at the end of the drill, you might just tell them to do their favorite dangle, and just let them be creative with what they're doing. You can see that little guy there put one between his feet. A lot of these things will come natural to some players, but for a lot of players you have to teach it. And if you teach it and let them do this, again, the confidence comes, and I think you'll notice a big difference in the games. This drill is a good backwards skating drill and a puck handling drill. You can see they start skating backwards. They have to pick up speed, get the puck on their forehand. You see with Mark here, step out and make a good pass. And we've got quite a few kids out this day, so we're using two sets there. You can see one's going between the pylon, one's going behind it. If you had more, you could put another pylon out there and have more people working. And this is the same drill. You can do it in the neutral zone. Here we just added where you're coming backwards, faking a pass on your forehand. Nice tight turn, and passing it back up to the person at the start of the line. Great drill for defensemen, but also a good drill, I think, for all kids, because at this age, I think you teach all positions. And as you get older, you never know where you're going to play. We run a lot of these drills. A drill like this we'd probably run from 6 to 8 minutes. Switching sides like we're doing here and making sure they're handling the puck both ways. This drill, we're putting all the kids in center ice and creating some traffic. The rule is basically you stay between the blue lines. As a coach, I might blow the whistle and get them to speed up or slow down, but as you can see, a lot of them are using things they've learned. It's more of a game-like situation. You got to keep your head up. And if you look at the size, we don't worry too much about age or anything. We've got a couple of Western League coaches out there, and we've got some young kids out there, which they love. But you can put them all out there. Just make it safe, but they've got to learn to keep their head up. Here we've got a couple of the older guys here challenging the kids, so they're without a puck, and so their job is to try to knock it away from them. And you can play a little game. You can see the pace pick up here because we've got a little game going where it's an elimination thing. And as you get down, you can see the kids on the blue line. If you don't have a puck when the whistle goes, you just stand at the blue line, and we just play it down to the last one in there. I think you teach kids to compete in practice. And you can see the numbers are just dwindling down here. If you have a lot of kids, you can. If you have a lot of kids, you can certainly split the ice up. You could do this in 3 zones in the ice, depending on the number of kids you have. And just make sure you use all the ice. Again, more game-like. If you're a coach, probably what you would do with the kids in the blue line is have another coach in this zone, and you can do something else with them while they're waiting, or they could be stretching. Here you can see the battles down to the last couple. And if the puck comes outside the blue line, we just have a coach standing there and chip one in. This drill is, again, a defenseman-orientated drill, but a great skating drill. It's simply the player, you can see, goes up and gets a puck, passes left, pulls back, passes left, goes, gets another puck, passes right, and then does a turn and rushes the puck up ice themselves. Okay, so you can see this person passes left, gets another puck, steps up, passes right, third puck, good backward skating, tight turn, and a rush up ice. Now with this many kids, We're using it at center ice, but if you've got a lot of players out, you can also divide into 3 zones and do the same type of situation, although you wouldn't have the rush on the net. And that's what we're doing here. We've got 2 stations going in the center ice. We've got 2 stations going just at the bottom of the screen there. And you're passing left, passing right, turning, just chipping the puck in the middle, and then the next person will go. So we've kind of isolated it here to show you how you could do this. So we've got 6 players going in the neutral zone. You could also have 6 in the offensive zone, 6 in the defensive zone. Great drill for puck control. Good backwards skating. Teaching the kids how to just step up and make that good first pass. This drill just a little different. Here we're doing it both ways at the same time. Again, as long as you instruct your players well, there's a lot of motion going on, but it doesn't necessarily have to be dangerous at all. Again, pass left, pass right, rush. Just a very basic skating drill, tight turns, puck protection. We'd probably start off skating them first, then adding the puck. See, coming out of the turns with some speed. Good puck protection. Here's similar, we're doing toes up ice. So instead of the tight turns, just a good transition skate there and good handling of the puck. Here comes the figure 8. That's the way to do it. Just a variation. Here you're going to add a mohawk turn. So you're going to do your figure 8, step out, and then control the puck. Just a little different twist, but you're just adding a second skill to an already pretty good drill. And you see all 3 of these players are forwards, but you can see their transition skating and also their backward skating is very good, and I think that's very important to teach. And this is a lot of skills packed together for one little guy, but let's see, pretty good puck handling, good transition. Steps out in the mohawk. And as a coach, when you get drills like this, you can, there's a lot of things you can watch at one time and correct, but that's a lot of skills for a little guy. Next in the progression, we'll just add again the passing in motion, getting yourself in a position to pass the puck well, also getting a position to present your stick and receive the puck. It also makes the players keep their heads up the whole time and watch the play. Okay, a lot of times you can give them challenging passes if they're getting pretty good at it. Here again, we're trying to make a game-like, and this is just a pin game. You see Niall there, number 13, against Colby, and if Niall can pin it for 3 seconds, he gets 3 points, which he just did. If you can touch the boards like that, you get 1 point. And they're going to play for about, we'll probably play them for about a minute, and then have a look at the scores. And just a great conditioning drill. It's a drill where they're going to practice their one-on-one skills. It's game-like. You can run the whole team cross ice, puck protection, all kinds of things. Okay, here we just got the open pivot, and what we're doing here is we're running 2 sessions at the same time, and when you yell, you can yell change or blow a whistle, and what they'll do is they'll cross ice, have to pick up the new target to pass to, and open it. So it builds on the open pivot that we did before, but it just adds that extra component where you're switching circles and having to read and react to some other players. Again, I think another big thing is tell kids if they fall down, that's great, just get up and get at it. There's nothing wrong with that. This drill is just a simple